Ladies and gentlemen, Raider Nation, buckle up because tonight we're diving headfirst into the silver and black whirlwind that's got the entire NFL buzzing like a hive of angry hornets. Imagine this, the greatest quarterback to ever lace 'em up, Tom freaking Brady, not just calling plays from the broadcast booth but whispering sweet nothings into the ear of one of the league's most notorious franchises. Is it genius? Is it shady? Or is it the kind of edge that could catapult the Las Vegas Raiders back to the promised land of Lombardi trophies? I'm your host, the voice of the Raider faithful, and tonight, we're unpacking the hottest rumor swirling around Allegiant Stadium, the one that's got owners sweating and fans chanting for more. What if I told you that Tom's dual role as a Fox Sports analyst and minority owner of your Raiders is being called out as the ultimate unfair advantage? Yeah, you heard that right. Stick around, because this story's got more twists than a Max Crosby spin move. Let's kick things off with the meat of the matter, straight from the whispers in the war rooms of NFL front offices. According to the sharp pen of ESPN's Diana Rossini, folks, if you aren't following her, fix that right now. She's got the inside scoop on a bombshell quote from an anonymous NFL owner who's not mincing words. This mystery mogul is straight up fuming, saying the Raiders are sitting on an unfair advantage thanks to Brady's golden Rolodex of connections. Picture it, Tom's up in the Fox booth, breaking down film like it's child's play, but behind the scenes, he's got a 10% stake in the Raiders, bought back in May 2023 from the one and only Mark Davis. And get this, the owner bets Brady's soaking up intel from the production crew, the very folks who get VIP access to opposing teams' practices. They are getting an unfair advantage, whether they capitalize on it or not, the owner fired off. You don't think he's getting info from the crew that is allowed at practice? Of course he is. Oof. That's the kind of accusation that hits like a blindside blitz from Chandler Jones in his prime. Now, let's pump the brakes for a second and zoom out, because this isn't just some off-season gossip. It's reigniting a firestorm that's been smoldering since Brady first flirted with the Raiders brass. Remember, back in 2021, Tom was this close to buying the whole dang team, a move that would have made him the king of the desert. But NFL rules nixed that full ownership dream, so he pivoted to this minority slice of pie. Fast forward to Monday Night Football, cameras catch him chilling in the Raiders coach's booth, headset on, looking every bit the puppet master. Rossini nailed it in her report. There's been plenty of noise about the conflict of interest Tom Brady presents as both Fox's lead analyst and a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. After cameras showed him sitting in the Las Vegas coach's booth with a headset on Monday night, the rest of the world finally caught up to what many around the league already knew. Brady is running the Raiders. Boom. Mic drop. She's not wrong, either. Brady's fingerprints are all over this squad, from draft whispers to that steely-eyed focus you see in their huddles. It's like he's channeling his 7 Super Bowl rings into every snap, turning the Raiders from underdogs into something sinister and sleek. But hey, before we crown Tom the Shadow GM, let's talk Raiders football, the real juice that keeps us up at night. Your silver and black are sitting at 1-1 to start the season, a roller coaster that's got that classic Raiders vibe, gritty wins mixed with heartbreaking what-ifs. That opening thriller against the Chargers? Davante Adams torched the secondary for 112 yards and a touchdown, reminding everyone why he's the X-factor in this offense. And don't sleep on the defense. Max Crosby, that beast from the East Coast, sacked the QB 3 times last week alone, bringing his career total to a jaw-dropping 45.5 in just 4 seasons. It's the kind of pass rush that echoes the glory days of Howie Long and Greg Townsend, when the Raiders' front four was a nightmare factory. Speaking of history, let's take a quick detour down memory lane, because you can't talk Raiders without tipping the hat to their Oakland roots. Born in 1960 as the Oakland Raiders, they were the rebels of the AFL, Al Davis screaming, "Just win, baby!" from the sidelines, leading them to 3 Super Bowls in the 70s and 80s. Marcus Allen, the Hall of Fame running back who danced through defenses like Fred Astaire on turf, racked up 12,243 rushing yards and that iconic 1983 MVP season. Fast forward to 2020, the big move to Vegas, Allegiant Stadium rising like a pirate ship in the neon glow, complete with that Death Star vibe and a retractable torch that lights up the night. It's transformed Raider Nation into a global cult, with fans tailgating in pirate patches from LA to London. And those AFC West rivalries? Pure poetry in pain. The Chiefs with their Mahomes magic. Patrick's got 6 rings already, but Crosby's vowed to end that dynasty. The Chargers, always the pretty boys in powder blue, but we've owned them more often than not. And the Broncos? Well, let's just say Tebow who? Diving deeper into this Brady drama, is it really tipping the scales? Let's break it down tactically, because I'm not just here to hype, I'm here to analyze like we're in the film room. Brady's influence shows up in the little things. That pre-snap motion the Raiders run, straight out of his Tampa playbook, confuses coverages and opens up lanes for Jacoby Myers. Stats don't lie. Through 2 games, the Raiders' third down conversion rate is a crisp 48%, up from last year's 38%. Coincidence? Or is Tom feeding Andy Dalton? Wait, no, hold up, we're rolling with Aiden O'Connell under center this year, the kid from Purdue who's got that gunslinger arm but needs to cut down on those picks. O'Connell's 65% completion rate so far is solid, but against the Commanders this Sunday, it'll be tested by that Washington secondary led by a resurgent Dan Quinn. Quinn, fresh off his Dallas coordinator gig, is scheming blitzes that could exploit our O-line if they're not on point. Imagine Brady in the booth calling it. O'Connell drops back, pressure's coming, and boom, Crosby on the other side would strip sack if this were silver and black. But seriously, if Tom's getting that practice film edge, it could mean scheming around Ron Rivera's defensive calls before they even draw them up. Unfair? Maybe. Unwinnable? Never for the Raiders. We thrive on the hate. To spice this up, let's imagine I'm ringside with some voices from the trenches. Picture this, I corner Max Crosby after practice, sweat still dripping, that bandana tied tight. Max, Tom's in the booth and the box. What's he really mean to this team? He'd flash that grin, the one that says he's about to wreck your soul, and say, look, TB12's a legend, man. He's got stories from beating the greatest defenses ever. If he's dropping knowledge on us, we're all ears. But at the end of the day, it's us on the field. Me, Wilkins, we're the ones turning those gems into gold. Raider Nation deserves that fire. Cut to head coach Antonio Pierce, the interim-turned-permanent firebrand who grew up idolizing the silver and black. Antonio, conflict of interest or competitive fire? He'd lean in, voice gravelly. Tom's one of us now. He bleeds silver and black like the rest. If other owners are whining, that's on them. We're building something special here, playoffs or bust. And from the fan side? Oh, I'd hit the Vegas Strip for a quick vox pop. A diehard in full face paint. Brady advantage? Hell yeah. If it means we smoke the Chiefs again, sign me up. Just win, baby, Al Davis style. Fictional? Sure, but it feels real, doesn't it? That's the pulse of Raider Nation. Unfiltered, unbreakable. Now, let's layer in some numbers to back this passion with cold, hard facts. Brady's career? Untouchable, 89,214 passing yards, 649 touchdowns, 7 rings that sparkle brighter than the Vegas lights. Compare that to the Raiders' aerial attack. Under his indirect shadow, they've jumped 15 spots in red zone efficiency from 2023's dismal 22nd ranking. Historically, teams with high-profile minority owners, like the Packers with their fan shares, don't always dominate, but the Raiders? They've got that renegade DNA. Remember Super Bowl 18? Marcus Allen's 191 rushing yards shredded the Redskins. Ironic, huh, with Washington on deck this week. Or the Tuck Rule game in 2002, when Brady himself benefited from a controversial call against us in the snow. Poetic justice if he helps us flip the script now. And trivia time, because who doesn't love a good Raiders nugget? Did you know the team's pirate logo was inspired by Randolpho the Great, a 16th century buccaneer? Or that Bo Jackson once ran for 221 yards in a single game, before flipping to baseball mid-season? Ties right into pop culture. Think Hard Knocks episodes that turned our training camp into HBO Gold, or Snoop Dogg repping the nation harder than most players. Hell, even in 2025, with AI scouting the next big thing, Brady's old-school smarts feel like a throwback thriller. Looking ahead, what's the fallout from this Brady buzz? Short term, it amps the rivalry smoke. Expect the Chiefs' Brett Veach to fire back at the next owners' meetings, maybe pushing for league rules on broadcaster owners. For the Raiders, that 1-to-1 mark could balloon to 3-to-1 if they handle the Commanders, who are reeling at 0-2 with a suspect run game. Prediction: O'Connell throws for 280 and 2 scores, Crosby adds another strip, and we grind out a 24-17 W. Long term, this edges us toward the playoffs. 6 wins in the AFC West Gauntlet, sneaking in as the number 6 seed. But if the league cracks down, Brady goes full advisor, mentoring O'Connell like he did to Jimmy G back in the day. Either way, the Raiders are positioned for a draft splash in 2026. Maybe a franchise QB if Aiden's arc bends south. Expert take. I'd call up my old pal Mel Kiper. Fictional chat, of course. Grok, the Raiders' D-line is elite, but Brady's I could snag a steal like they did with Crosby in 19. Playoffs? Absolutely. Watch for that wild card run. Phew, what a ride, folks. From Brady's booth to the battlefield, the Las Vegas Raiders are reminding everyone why they're the most electric team in the league. Equal parts chaos, class, and commitment. If this drama's got you fired up, good. Channel it into Sunday. Tune in at 1 p.m. Eastern Time from FedEx Field. Or better yet, fire up your Peacock stream and scream at the screen with the nation. Follow me here for post-game breakdowns. And remember, in the words of the immortal Al Davis, commitment to excellence. Just win, baby. This is your Raiders Report, silver and black, till I die. See you next time.